Hello, this is RV Vagabond Jerry, and I'm in the town of Hereford, Texas, and they have one museum here that I want to show you around. And this is the Deaf Smith County, although officially it's pronounced Deaf Smith is what people called him. And here's the one thing they have outside in front. And guess what this is? Being red should be a clue. It is a two-wheel fire hose reel, and you can see here that's where they wrap the fire hose around. And this building used to be, as it says on this sign, a Catholic school. Well, let's take a look inside. And I'm starting off with this picture of a Hereford cow, the Grand Champion. And it says it was sold for $5,000 and then resold to someone else for $7,000. Wow, I can't imagine that much. So they have a really nice collection here with an old buggy and a lady ready to go who knows where. And here is the general store. Looks like they sell saddles, whatever this machinery is. Oh, it looks like it's closed today with the door open. Some more saddles. And this little wagon is an express model. So there is the proprietor or the store employee. Looks like they're well stocked with merchandise here. And there is that must be his business workstation where they do the books, although there's a lot of other stuff on here. This looks like an ancient vacuum cleaner. Maybe a manual, not electric one. And a big clock on the wall there. And here's a big cast iron stove, I guess, for the winter here. And on the counter, looks like we got some food items there. The rolling paper, whatever that machine does. And the cash register. And guess what these are? On the side there it says crackers behind that little girl. And I bet some people come to the store just to waste the day away. You got a telephone. This says the Indians called this barbed wire the devil's rope. I bet it was to them. And this looks like some Indian handiwork here. And guess where this staircase goes to? Nowhere. Got various old telephones there. And this bell says presented by AT&SF RY Co. I think that's the entrance in Topeka and the Santa Fe. Remember that old song? And here is a recreation of a church. There's the pulpit, piano, the communion equipment, and of course a couple Bibles. And here we have somebody's living room, entertainment room, and a bedroom for the wife and her little daughter. I guess you can call it the sewing room as well. Then here is a combination kitchen, dining room, and bathroom. And somebody's there taking a bath, helping out by the mother. And there's the old cast iron stove. I wonder how long she's been in the bath. I bet she should be clean by now. Well, one more thing here in the middle. So this is some kind of a filing cabinet. 3, 4, 5 chairs, and this is the main desk for I don't know what purpose. Some business, I suppose. I don't know who Bess Warner is, but this is her room. Let's see what they've got in here. Some chairs, a big center table, a library, doll cabinet. A lot of pictures in these displays. Another piano. And this is another living room / entertainment room with an old record player. It's a Victor. And also over here is one. Boy, that must have been odd when they had those really big cones like that instead of an electric speaker. And this is an organ. And here we have a big display cabinet with all of that dinnerware set. Well, here, this tells the story of Bess Warner. Now this is downstairs. We got an old telephone, or at least there used to be one here. And there's a PBX switch telephone cabinet. And here's a schoolroom. There's the teacher. Only 2 students in today. Maybe they had to stay after class. So this is a pretty big room here. One side has these signs on the wall. And here is portrait of, I don't know who that is. And this says Hereford had a POW camp. Wow. And then here's a miniature circus. How about that? Big circus tent. And it looks like the circus is just coming to town. And this tells about the man who made all of these circus things. I wonder how this giraffe got way up there. That's a big jump for a giraffe. Here's the clowns. Now let's see what we got over here. Behind glass is various clothing for men and women in the olden days, as you might call it. There's an old cabinet. And this lady is all dolled up, ready to go to town. Nice. But what I'm wondering is, how much padding is in there? That looks bigger than life. And here we've got another collection of various dolls and things that dolls like. A little piano. That's a very nice collection. And this bucking bronco has some kind of a mechanical device in there that makes him buck, I think, if you turn it on. And back in the old days when all men wore hats, a lot of women wore hats as well, more like that than a functional hat like the men did. And I don't know how it happened, but at some point, men quit wearing big hats like that, and everybody just switched to baseball caps, which is the big thing even now. Everybody wears a baseball cap. Then they also have some displays outside. Let's go take a look. And this is the old La Plata jail cell. This tells a lot about it. And here we've got a collection of tractors and various farm equipment, which I'd say is starting to rust out back here. And this is the Lomas and Hacker wagon yard. However, I think this is the only wagon, if they can even call that a wagon. This tells about them making stone ground flour. And I think there's something in here. Well, they have it really dark in this building. And I'm behind glass too, so you see some reflections. There's a big wagon. There's a potato planter. And oh, look at this. The Hereford Ice Company wagon. I don't think these wooden horses are going to get them very far. And guess what this is, folks? I'll give you 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Well, they got some nice equipment in here. And of course, any historical museum of any credit has to have a caboose. There are so many of those in outdoor museums. And the luggage wagon as well. Wonder why they don't do this anymore. And check out this underground shelter. They got the door open, so let's take a look. Well, I'd say this is a good way to survive a tornado, which they certainly do have in Texas on a pretty regular basis. Some years Texas is the most tornado active state there is. This tells more about it. And here is, of course, the outhouse, which you can tell by the moon on the side. And it's a 2-seater. Well, folks, that is about all that is here in the museum. There's one more thing I want to show you. Here's another statue of a Hereford out by the main highway. I've actually seen several of these around town. About a half a mile from the museum, on the corner of Bennett and West 3rd Street, is this house, which is called the E.B. Black Historical Home, recognized by the Texas Historical Commission. They do give tours inside, which you can arrange through the museum we were just at, which I'm not going to do today. They have a really big, nice porch going around the building. And then in the backyard, there's a really nice gazebo. They keep up the landscaping very nicely here. Some white flowers and a really nicely trimmed green backyard. Very nice green lawn. And here's the back door. Then here's a shed, and there's somebody else's house right next to it. And I wonder why they need this sign. This is the whole back side. Now the inside, I suspect, would just look like a typical house. So that's why I'm not going to bother with calling somebody over to give me a tour. It's in a residential neighborhood here. Well, folks, this is the best I could find a video in Hereford. Let me know how you like the video. Good day, folks.